Today I'm going to talk about intuition. We're not trained or expected to work with intuition generally, so it's something which I believe that everybody has, but might not be easily accessible or easy to tap into. So it can often be something that we need to train ourselves and test out to see whether working with intuition is effective and whether it's going to help us make the right decisions in life. So if we look at things logically and look at what we see on the outside, we can make decisions based on that. And traditionally, that was the way I always planned my life and made decisions. But lately, I found I'm very much somebody that feels into things. I feel energies, I feel intentions, I feel environments. I kind of get a feel for what might happen. So when I rely on that, I'm able to make a much more informed decision. So you could look at this as being another form of communication. So you get communication through what people say. We all know you can read into people's body language, so you get information through the way people move their body, the messages that they're communicating through the way they move, the eye contact or lack of eye contact, micro movements in the face, all kinds of things. And the more you get to know people, the more you understand how these small body movements communicate something and what they mean. Working with intuition is different for everybody. So some people work with feeling, like myself. Other people might get images. So you might get an image in your mind, or you might have a dream, or just get a flash of something that's maybe giving an insight into something that's going on right now or something that might happen in the future. So the more that we pay attention to these and the more we test out the truth in them, the more that we're going to get attuned and aligned with that type of working or that type of decision making or being in the world. So I think the first step of this is understanding your own preferences or your own natural ways of receiving guidance or intuition. It could, some people hear voices, for example. I know that's a controversial topic, but we can't assume if somebody hears a voice that it is necessarily a negative thing. There could be a guidance in that. It could be an inner voice or something that appears to come from outside. So there's many different ways of receiving information. And when we understand what our own natural preferences or the way that we receive communications, not through words, but through other methods, the more that we can learn to work with it. So that is the first step.